Hello YouTubers and all of you Native American flute players. This is Bruce Pediachishi, the flute guy, over in Chuncheon, South Korea. This time I'm going to be demonstrating 3 flutes in the key of E minor pentatonic. 2 of them again are Laughing Crow flutes, and these are specialty flutes. They're one of a kind, so they're kind of high-end flutes. And the other is an Ancient Territories flute that you may have seen me play, especially in some of my earlier videos. Let's start with the Ancient Territories flute, as a matter of fact. This is made by a guy named John Stillwell, who lives in California. He was a furniture maker for a number of years, and it shows he's quite the craftsman with wood. He does his flutes a lot differently than what some other makers do. He actually joins his at a 45-degree angle when he splits them and puts them together. And so they're actually joined this way instead of halved this way. Okay, and as you can see, it's not a round body. It's got its own shape. In fact, he shapes each one individually, so no 2 flutes are exactly alike. Okay, this one happens to be made of purpleheart and curly maple. And you can see he's also used both of those woods on the bird, the fetish. Okay, and he also uses a small stone here. This is kind of nice. Okay, on the leather tie. Okay. And an interesting feature of these flutes is the top here is flat. It's not rounded. So as you can see, it's very easy to play. Actually, it's quite comfortable for the hand. Okay. And something else I discovered about this flute, and it was never advertised this way, but it actually has a warble. And if anyone has looked into the history of Native American flutes, it used to be earlier in this century that was a feature of flutes that Native Americans liked. It's kind of fell out of favor. It's fallen out of favor, and it's not something that everyone appreciates. But what does a warble? What is a warble? When you close all the holes and blow, you get a natural oscillation, a wah 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 wah, like this. And this one will do it to some degree. You hear how it's na 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 na? I'm not doing anything. I'm not making vibrato at all. It's the flute itself. If I put vibrato on top of that, okay, but I'm just blowing straight. Interesting, huh? Kind of pushing those higher notes there. You can get them, I'm just not getting them right at the moment. Okay? You notice that has a very crisp, and it's a very loud and clear sound, okay, and has probably a lot to do with the fact that this is a very hard wood, and as any maker will probably tell you, it's a very hard wood to work with. It splinters, it's quite a difficult and challenging wood to make a flute out of. That said, when it's done right and it comes out, it makes a very exquisite looking and sounding flute. Okay, these are $200. Okay, and this, on John's site, he lists them according to different sort of levels of flute. He has a backpacker series, he has a craftsman series, he has a specialty series, and then he has something else. This is a craftsman flute, and it means that they're made from 2 different kinds of wood. So the Ancient Territories flute by John Stillwell. Next up is the Laughing Crow Koa, Hawaiian Koa wood flute. This one, as you can see, has inlays. Okay, it's supposed to look like a traditional kind of native pattern there. Island pattern, actually. Okay. And I have to check my list here. This is actually, it's Chechen Negro, this fetish is. Okay. Chechen Negro. I'm not sure the camera is focusing on that the way I'd like it to, but and you can see it has the tapered mouthpiece. This one actually does not have the typical flared end that Laughing Crow features on his flutes, so it's kind of unusual, and there are no tuning holes here. Flute has a very lovely sound. Okay. That one, oh, how much was it? I don't even remember, 300 and something? In like 350, I think it might have been even more than that. Okay. Again, that was a one of a kind. You can get those from Richard if you ask for them, but it's not the standard fare that he sells on his site. And this is another kind of specialty flute. Having problems talking today. This is a Laughing Crow E minor pentatonic in Claro Walnut, or it's also known as California Black Walnut. And what a beautiful pattern that has. Isn't that striking? Okay. And this is actually called Amboina burl. That's the fetish here, the bird. Amboina burl and Claro Walnut. Now, a feature of Claro Walnut is a very mellow sound. You just heard the Hawaiian Koa flute. Listen to this one. You can hear how it's relatively subdued sounding. Okay, let me do this close-on comparison here. I'll try to set these in my lap and hope they don't all fall off onto the floor. It's my worst nightmare. Again, Claro Walnut Flute by Laughing Crow. This was $375. Hawaiian Koa. And Purpleheart and Curly Maple. Three beautiful flutes, key of E minor pentatonic, two makers, John Stillwell, Richard Maynard, okay? Ancient Territories flutes and Laughing Crow flutes respectively. I'm Bruce, and coming soon you will see flutes in the key of D minor pentatonic. Until then, take it easy.